We are taking off the slip clutch. The spring was totally compressed. You need bolts in here, and then we will investigate what the situation is with this. It looks good though. It might have just got oil dribbled on it, and then the slip clutches wouldn't work, and that's why they did that. We got our cylinder set. The book said 3/8 to 7/8. We went with about a 1/2 inch gap between the cylinder bars. So we'll be able to lock these down now and be set for corn. Okay, we're back at it this afternoon. While I was gone, I couldn't work from 11 to about 4. While I was gone, William got this taken apart. The slip clutches in there are $91 each, and these were in good shape. They still had the Massey numbers, but we're thinking that maybe they got permeated with oil. So what we did was we cleaned them with gasoline, and then we've seen this in the past, we sandblasted them, and that really pulls the oil out of them, and they should be as good as new. Now we're tightening this distance to 1 9/16 inches. That's what the book calls for. So we're going to tighten that, and this should be set. We set the big pulley back on. I have to get the belt on and get that all done, and we'll go from there. Alright, it's 5:20 today, 21st of September, Saturday afternoon. William worked most of the day on it. I got in, put another hour in. This is all finished. Should all be good to go. A little trick I learned is take a magic marker, make a line on these double nuts, and then you can check with a quick glance of the eye. You can check and see if the nut is coming loose, because either they won't be lined up when they start to come loose, if they do. This whole section of the combine should be serviced, tensioned on the chains. This belt is loose, but when we start it up to test run it, we will tighten the variable speed, and this will come into the correct tension. So everything's good to go. Air breather is reinstalled, new cartridge. If you're bringing one of these combine backs, an air filter cartridge is cheap preventative maintenance to keep crud out of the combine. Cheapest thing you can do on protecting your combine, in my opinion. One of the things my brother done on another combine we have, and we're doing it on this one, is to just mark where you're going to be using wrenches in the future, 1 1/8 on this sprocket to change it, to change the speeds on your cylinder. This is the corn sprocket, and then a wheat sprocket would be smaller. So it saves you from double guessing on the wrenches, and you can just grab the correct one and you're working and not have to put one back in the toolbox. That'll probably conclude for today. The next thing, we'll work on the other side of the combine. William has also gotten the proper tension on the table elevator chain. It feels real good. That was running real loose. There is one that is bent. We're going to straighten that with a torch, heat it up and straighten it. I don't know that it would hurt anything being bent, but we're just going to straighten it up. One interesting, I think, to note on this 300, I've never seen this before in all the ones we've owned, is an oil cooler of some kind. It looks like it was put in, I'd say aftermarket or by some farmer. I think it's kind of ingenious. The oil gets pretty hot. I'm going to see how that works, and see how that is bolted in, come out of that pipe right there, and plumbed it into the system. Might be something we want to add to the other ones we own. If you have any comments about this and know it was something that was added by a dealer, or you heard about it in a service bulletin, or if you've done it to one of your own combines, let me know. So, put comments down at the bottom. On the other side of the return auger, the safety clutch is wore out, and every combine, every Massey 300 that I've had, this has to be replaced. I think about $180 replaces it. That should have ears in there that mesh together, and it's all wore smooth, so you can see that that's wore out. All that washing we did, and this is still dirty. I couldn't get behind it. We also want to get our alarm working. That is the safety alarm that if this return auger plugs up or stops running for any reason, it lets us know right away that we have a problem. Very helpful. And we're also, since we have this belt loose, we got a new one ordered, we're going to replace it. I am also going to adjust the traction drive belts. They are quite loose and they need to be tightened. So I'm going to adjust that tonight. Shouldn't take too long. And now we got this adjusted. They're a lot tighter. You got to loosen this bolt. Use this thread right here and this nut and push this carriage down. So now those are adjusted. We're down to changing the main thrashing belt that comes off the rear beater down underneath the hopper and around, and then the return elevator belt. And we about got everything serviced down here, and we're going to have to proceed up to the engine. This belt, obviously this is a good reason to change your belts if you get a combine out of storage. This wouldn't have lasted 10 to 20 minutes under a load. This belt has to be tight. Runs all the clean grain auger and the elevator up to the hopper and the return auger for rethrashing, and comes all the way up off the beater shaft back there and comes between the hopper wall. So it's easier and more convenient to do it now than in the field. It's Thursday the 26th. Me and William's going to work an hour or two. We were adjusting all of these belt tensions, and we noticed that this pulley was loose. It's not too big a deal. The half moon key or woodruff key is wallered a little bit right over here. But we're going to put a fresh new key in. It'll probably move a little, but no more than the acres we're going to do. The max we'd ever do is 40 acres at one time, and we won't really be doing that. We think it'll last a while, and then we'll handle it when we want to replace all the bearings on that return auger. So we should be going. I got new belts coming for the chopper. I'm going to run the chopper with the slowdown kit for corn. Okay, it is Saturday the 28th of September. We're going to move over to the main workshop to do a little welding today and to get the ladder mounted. This was taken off for transport and the platform. One of the things I like to do, makes them a little easier to get up on, is put a ladder from a 410 or a 510 on them, because this is the old ladder they had, and they always break right here, right down there, because the way they were designed and the way they were supported. These are the ladders from a 410 and a 510. I bought two of them because I'm going to put one on the other combine that we have, and I got them from Cook Tractor and Combine Salvage out of Clinton, Missouri. The reason that the ladders always break is when you step on them for 30 years. The old 300 ladders are supported right here. The new ladders are braced out here on this heavier piece of steel. And if you're going to do corn, you want to change this handle here from the 410 to 510 because this one's taller. And then you can fold your ladder up when you're going to do corn. When you're going down the corn, your ladder will be needed to be folded up so that you can not knock down the outer row or when you're opening the field. And then you can always drive with it on the outside once the field's open. But that was a design flaw in the old 300 ladders, and easily fixed by getting some stuff from a parts yard. And then it's easier to get on and off of too.